How you doing? This is Ivan from Bitesize Wisdom for Busy People, and I'm back with another quote of the day to have a great day. Today our quote is by Anandamayi Ma. The quote is, "Try to treat with equal love all the people with whom you have relations. Thus the abyss between myself and yourself will be filled in, which is the goal of all religious worship." So today our topic is on love. What does that word even mean? How can we experience true love? Because love is a word that is thrown around a lot these days. You know, you hear people talk about, I love vanilla ice cream, I love my dog, I love video games. So it's a word that has lost much of its meaning, its significance, and the way that we understand it is very superficial and very selfish in many cases. So before we get into it, I need to talk about our level of consciousness and how it has a direct impact on the type of energy, the type of emotions that we experience. Because when we are very identified and derive our sense of self from our thinking, from our base emotions, from our bodies, and that's the thing, is that when we are really identified to our bodies, these units, then the other will always be a potential threat to our survival. So then a predominant emotion that we live with is fear and anxiety, and fear will separate, it will cause division, and you can see when you turn on the news just how divisive everything is right now. And you know, on our self-development and spiritual journey, we will discover that we can experience higher emotions, and these emotions have the potential to unite us, because fear separates and love unites. But as long as we remain on this lower level, then the energy and the emotions that we experience will be very crude. They'll be emotions of the world. And what we typically call love can just as quickly turn to hate because it's of the world. What we call excitement can turn to boredom. But the good thing is that as we progress on our self-development journey, as we make our consciousness more rarefied, as we refine our consciousness, then we will be able to perceive subtler levels of energy, and we will experience these higher emotions. And what's cool about these higher emotions is that, being of a higher nature, they have no opposite. So they are pure, and because they are pure, they encompass everything, they embrace everything, they accept everything. And this is the energy that will allow us to have these experiences where we sense the oneness of everything. You know, these are the spiritual experiences that everyone talks about, where they sense a oneness with life, with everything. And we can get to the point where we experience the most subtlest dimensions and energy, and then we will understand what Jesus meant when he said that God is love. And this is the energy that can unite us, that can transcend all boundaries, because it can't be conditioned, it can't be contained. And this is the energy that we want to learn to tap into, to realize, because fear and divisiveness is not a good way to be living, right? We want to be able to experience this energy so that we can learn to experientially see that another person really isn't another person, because we all come from the same source. So when you hurt another, you're really hurting yourself. And just imagine what kind of world that can be when we can all realize that at a deep and experiential level, we will transform our world. So wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. Take care.